Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Can you hear me? Not sure if my audio is on. Hello. Okay, you can't hear me. Awesome. Building a white PC tonight. This is my first live stream. You're my first viewer. Congratulations. In just a second, I'll get started. I'm going to see if somebody else joins. No, Kyle's, some of the parts got lost by USPS. I had to reorder, so I gotta wait for them to come in, unfortunately. Awesome. I guess I could go over a parts list. So we've got the MSI B550, the M Micro ATX version, the VC Wi-Fi. We've got also the Intel Arc B580 Onyx Lumi Edition. I'm going to use a Thermalright AIO and the Corsair Vengeance LPX. Also, I'm using the Ryzen 7 5800X and a 1 terabyte NVMe. And Have you ever built a PC yourself? So you don't know anything about any of this, and you're just a painter. Well, hey, painting's awesome. I used to paint myself. I dabbled in acrylic, a little bit of oil. I also did airbrush. So hey, Eric's on here. You missed it. I already put in the CPU, the RAM, and the M.2. So the cool view, awesome. Yeah, I just got a magnetic camera mount for my workbench, and it seems to be working out pretty good. No, this isn't Kyle's. This is just a pre-built. Kyle's parts unfortunately got lost by USPS, and I had to reorder. So waiting on his parts to come in still. I've got most of them, but some key components got lost. So. So this is just the mount for the AIO. Hey, yeah, I'm glad you caught it too. Yeah, my sister should be joining us on here too. Okay, it's all set. I don't know if you saw it, Eric. This is the GPU I'm using. This is a Arc B580 from Intel. Hey, Haley. Perfect camera settings. Awesome. So here's the case. This is the white version of, whoa, the flicker from the LED light. That's not cool. Anyway, this is the same case that that Kyle's gonna have, except this one's white, obviously. Yeah, this is my first live stream. Kind of nervous and all, so I'm hoping that that flicker from the LED light doesn't ruin this thing. You can still see? Awesome. Hey, my sister Sarah, she's in here. Hey, Sarah. I'm a badass. Awesome. Yeah. At least somebody thinks so. All right. So now I'm going to put the I/O shield in. This is just where the I/O ports are on the back of the PC from the motherboard. This is where you do most of your connections to your peripherals and such. And if you didn't have a dedicated GPU, you would actually use the display port here for your monitor. But since this one's going to have a discrete GPU, you'll obviously want to plug it into the GPU. So whenever you're putting the motherboard into the case, you're going to want to make sure you know if this is a coarse thread or a fine thread. So what I have here is a fine thread screw. Love that I'm explaining. Yeah, I figure, this is like an educational type of thing. So this is obviously not threading in. I need to check this. I need to make sure I'm using the right screw. And it doesn't look like I am. Hold on. Or is it the screw? Nope, it's a funky, these are funky. Hold on. I might need to find it. So I take it back. It is not fine thread. It is coarse thread. Oh, Allie, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I've got the 2 more coarse thread screws that I need. This has got to be in there. Yep. Let's try it again.
Kroger makes it easier than ever to satisfy all your protein and fiber needs with our exclusive brands. Now you can find these extra benefits in the foods you already know and love. Snack smarter with Simple Truth Protein Salsa Verde tortilla chips. Or grab a Simple Truth Protein Energy Bar or flavored protein water when you're on the go. Stop by Kroger and discover new favorites today. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
All right, that's the motherboard installed. Let's get this junk out of the way. So now I need to install the fans. Oof, that's rough. This one takes 140 millimeter fans in the front. The larger fans like this, they run a little bit quieter because they push more air at once with the big blades. And my dog just busted in. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Hey, Jason. House of Learning Doctors. That's funny. You kind of want to know where you're going to be running your cables because it could become super hectic with cables just running everywhere. So try to avoid that. That's the rat's nest of cables is a nightmare. Was this build made for? This is just going to go on the website. Yeah, I hope so. I just want to bring some attention to the business, you know? If building videos does that or live streams, great. This damn screwdriver costed me a fortune. It's one of those LTT screwdrivers. It was like $100. Crazy. Never thought I'd spend $100 on a screwdriver. Kind of glad I did though. It works really good. All right, so there's the front fans installed. So now we've got the front I/O cables we have to plug into the motherboard. So this is what you plug your audio into in the front. So this is your front panel power reset. Here's your USB-C type 3 right here. This, yeah, USB-C. This is USB 3.1. Yeah, I do. There's a screw. Let's see. Okay. Front panel is right here. You can see that one of the holes in the corner is missing, and it matches up perfectly with your front panel pin right here. So it's kind of hard to mess this part up. I'm going to go with the Thermalright AIO 240 millimeter. It's the one that kind of looks like a car rim. It's funny. It's got the bolts and everything around it. It's a strange choice if you ask me, but hey, the price was right. So when you're a PC builder, zip ties are your best friend. So the reason I'm doing this is to prevent the RGB and fan cables from hanging down behind the AIO, and it'll just go right through the back of the case, so you'll never see it. Just cleans the build up a little bit, you know? First things first, you route this, not that you could see this part, but you route these cables through the back of the case. You pull them back out of the way. Then I just rest it here. That way I can plug in the necessary fan cables to the fan headers and RGB, because once the AIO is up here, you're not going to have enough room to get behind it to plug anything in. So you got to do that now or regret it later. This is where that second camera angle would come in handy. Sorry, flickers. There, it's not so bad there. I think there's a way to prevent the flickering by changing the, I think it's the frame rate. Maybe changing it to 60 or something other than 30. I think that's the problem. Let's see here. CPU fan. Let's see here. Not that you can see where I'm plugging this in, that sucks. Have to trust me. I've got two cameras, but I couldn't figure out how to make it change from one to the other. I set up the scenes in OBS and I would change them in OBS, but it wouldn't change in the stream. So I have a lot to learn. I literally just did a tutorial yesterday. And said, what the hell? I might as well just jump on in. So now I've got the pump and the RGB to the pump. It has to be plugged in, so I'm going to route these through here. Again, not that you can see it, but this part's almost over. And then we'll get to the fun part, the GPU. The other day I built a PC on my lunch break. I'm getting pretty efficient at it. All right. Screws. Thanks, Eric. It's probably kind of boring just watching a workbench. Got the AIO installed into the case. Now I have to mount it onto the CPU. So now I need some thermal paste. And use the stuff that came with it. So you want to do even pressure as much as you can. So if you tighten one side, stop, tighten the other. That way it evenly distributes the pressure, spreading the thermal grease all over the CPU. And it prevents any kind of damage you might cause with all the torque you're putting on it. Got a mess of wires. That'll get them straightened out though. Already looks halfway clean. Again, sorry about the flicker. I don't know, we'll just have to deal with it for now, I guess. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment there. Satisfying peel going on. All right. So you can see here's the PCIe by 16, 4x16. Or this here is where your graphics card is going to go in. So I could see this is lining up with the top two slots, and you see this is a 2-slot card. So those are the ones I'm going to remove for installation.
Kroger makes it easier than ever
Sorry
to satisfy all your protein and fiber needs with our exclusive brands. Now
Spotify
you can find
Premium,
these
I guess.
extra benefits in the foods you already know and love. Snack smarter with Simple Truth Protein Salsa Verde tortilla chips, or grab a Simple Truth Protein Energy Bar or
pretty
flavored
good view,
protein water
I
when you're on
guess.
the
You
go.
can see that pretty good.
Stop by Kroger and discover new favorites today. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Basically, you just want to line this up. Maybe I'll wait till after the ad there. loosen this. This has like this little door that slides forward to expose your screws there. So I'm a big fan of this case. NZXT H3 Flow. It's got such good airflow. I could probably run this with a tower cooler no problem instead of this AIO and keep this thing super chilly. But you know, AIOs are mo better. Who doesn't like liquid cooling, you know? Yeah, it bothers me though. You know, that flicker. Eesh. I'll figure it out. I'll make it go away for the next one. My kid's calling. Hold on. Just to let everyone know, my granddaughter Aaliyah was born today at 5:09. So today's a super happy day. I'll be able to go see her on the 20th. So, all right. So GPU's installed. You love this channel, Izzy? Well, you should. I'm your dad. You have to love my stuff, I guess. Grayson said this was cool. Awesome. I love being cool to my nephews. Being the cool uncle is pretty dope. Just putting some new gloves on. Poison Potato is one of my daughters, FYI. She's only 11. All right. So now that the GPU is installed, let's see. Next, we need our power. So your 20 pin, your 8 pin, and your 8 pin for your GPU. So I'm gonna run these nice white cables. These are from Asiahorse. They're pretty nice. So I think they complement the build or make it look better, you know. You know, a beautiful PC will sell a lot quicker than an ugly one. So make it pretty. Alright, so the power supply I'm using is this SAMA unit, the GT. It's a 80 plus gold, 3.1. So it's got, if this is upgraded to an NVIDIA card, like a 5070 or higher, they have everything they need to upgrade without having to buy a brand new power supply. So this is the GT750. It's like way overkill for this build, but I always do that to ensure that the customer can upgrade if they feel like it, you know? So with this case, usually it would be upside down like this, but with this case, there's no cutout down here. It's meant to pull air down. Basically, you don't have to worry about it because there's so much mesh. You can see right through the power supply basement. So, not really a problem. So power supply has always used coarse thread screws. It's the one with the big head on it. They come in the package with the power supplies. No matter what brand, I've always gotten them with the power supplies. Your case usually comes with them as well. So plenty of backups. Yeah, glad you stopped by, Katrina. All right, so power supply has been installed. And I've dropped my zip ties everywhere. Awesome. All right, so everyone's favorite part is cable management. I mean that completely sarcastically. This is like the biggest headache when it comes to PC building, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna do the whole thing on stream because it would take forever, and honestly it's pretty boring. But I can make the connections and everything, show everybody how that's done, and then we'll go from there. So this is your power supply cord or cable. This is your main power, motherboard main power, the 20+4 pin. So it's pretty easy. You just connect it with the extension. Get a little snap. That's done. So here's your PCIe. This is for your graphics card, and same as the 20+4. Just pop it right in, get a little snap, good to go. So here's the CPU. This is what they call a 4+4, for obvious reasons, 4+4. So this is going to go into the motherboard, so I have to route this through the front or through the back here to go to the front. Probably should have done this before I put the AIO on, but you know. I got these big fat hands to kind of make it more difficult for me. All right, finally. So CPU's installed, or the CPU power is installed. Just gonna tighten this. Forget. All right, so I've got the USB plugged into the header in the front, or not USB, the RGB header. So I'm going to connect most of them to that single RGB connection here. That is a 12-volt power. That's all of them. So now we have the fan cords. So these are all daisy chainable. So you've got your connection here, and then you've got this little tail coming out, so you can plug other fans into it, like so. Just makes it a lot easier. So I've got 1, 2, 3. See, I don't have that fan installed. Let's install that fan. So this is a 120 millimeter. Almost forgot this. Let's see if we can run the cords for the cables first here. Sorry for the funky angle. I'm gonna try to get the second camera thing figured out before my next stream as well. Oh, Kyle, you're on here. Yeah, sorry, I don't know how to make the flicker stop. Maybe you can give me some pointers. I think it has something to do with like the frame rate or something. Somebody's having audio issues. Can't hear me. Audio's good. Brighten the lights. I have a really bright LED on. I think the LED is what's causing that flicker. Yeah, frame rate. Yeah. Let's see. That's with it off. The flicker goes away, but it's a bit more dim, right? Yeah, that'd be cool, Kyle. All right, got that on there. This is the same case as yours, Kyle. Obviously, this one's white, so. But yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, of course, sub to Capecast. Come on, man. All right, so I've got all of the case fans daisy chained together. So all I have to do is plug this one in, and that'll control all or the intake and the output fan on the back. So just pushes air through, trying to keep it as cool in this case as possible. So I'm just going to route these. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's system fan right there. This is an interesting song. You know what? I may have to uninstall the GPU to reach the. Well, there's a system fan here. Let's try that one. All right, yeah, that one works. Cool. So there's the PC so far. Music is a little loud. Let me see if I can fix that. Is that better? It still sounds the same in my ears, so. Let me see here. Up a bit more. Yeah, I'm trying to stay in the green in OBS. I see my voice might be getting a little loud sometimes. I'm still, I'm brand new at it. This is literally my first actual live stream, so it's been a great tutorial so far. Awesome. Build looks wild. Hey, I'm happy about it. It's It's kind of a classic look. I wish I would have gotten a white um, motherboard, but
These new
to be
cars
honest
are
with you,
so advanced.
the white
Thank you,
motherboard was a
Tim.
bit
You
expensive,
can talk?
and
Can you
this one
give
being a
me
pre-built,
advice?
Well, you
if
should
it
have
does
bought
the
me
same
with the Navy
thing,
Federal Credit Union
but
auto
brings
loan.
me less profit,
Really?
it's probably not
Correct.
going to
You could
be
have
something I'm
received
going
great
to
rates
use.
and a pre-approval that's
I
good
know
for
this is
90
a really
days.
good
Do
board
you have an off
anyway,
feature?
so
Do not be rude, Tim.
Learn
you know,
more at NavyFederal.org
all the parts on it being white, I think
Navy Federal Credit Union.
the
Our members
contrast
are the
kind of
mission.
does a
Navy
little bit
Federal is
for it
insured
too.
by
Like
NCUA. Credit and
the
collateral
fans have
subject to
black
approval.
accents on them, so like a maybe a panda look. There's like some RGB on this graphics card too, so I don't think it's syncable though. It's going to be doing its own thing while the rest of the RGB is being programmed, but it'll still look nice. Still looks great. Should have been here in the beginning. Yeah, I've put PCs together on my lunch break before. It's once you've done one, you really once you've done lots of them, I guess you become pretty efficient at it, and you can get it done pretty quickly. This rat's nest of cables, this is really one of the most time-consuming parts. Because people look at this and they judge you by it, right? So, like, hey, how good of a builder is this dude? I want to pop off the back and take a look at his cable management. And it's something I really don't like to do, but at the same time, it's kind of like if you don't do a good job, especially other builders, if they've built their own PC, they want to see this look really clean. So am I too low now? How much for this? This will probably cost around $1,200, probably, maybe a little less. Bring up my voice, okay. Hello, is this better? I just don't want to blow anybody's eardrums out, And I don't know if in OBS do my settings stay the same every time, or do I have to set this every time? I don't know. Much better. Oh, Poison is the one that asked me? Oh, they'll stay the same? Awesome. All right, so basically you want to make solid runs on your cables. So you kind of bunch them up the best you can. And you see these cable tie downs here? You'll use these, and just kind of run them. Just make it look as neat as possible. But remember, you have to close the back of this case. You can't have like a big bulge of cables bunched up in a specific place, or else, you're not going to get it closed. Try to squeeze this one in there. And see, the way I've done this is the cables here, the fan and RGB cables, are going to try to keep this down, or the 20 plus 4 pin cable extension. It's going to keep it pressed up against the back of the motherboard, which is good. Kind of helps me out. Always make sure you're not unplugging your RGB connections, so it's really easy to do. All right, enjoy TV, Izzy. What was my first PC build? It was one for my daughter. It had a Ryzen 5 and a RTX 3060. Yeah, I didn't buy a PC before that. I just jumped in it. I decided to build the one before purchasing one from somebody else. I've always liked to do things myself, and I feel like, you know, I know the exact quality and its capabilities because I'm the one that chose the parts and put the whole thing together, you know. See the channels beside the motherboard cutout here kind of keep your cable management tucked away. Makes it a little bit easier. Just kind of routed and keeps it clean. Yeah, the way this is set up, I have to turn around to look at the screen to see if anybody chatted. So yeah, sorry if it's taken me so long to answer you. Thoughts on water-cooled PCs? So this is a water-cooled PC, but I'm assuming you're talking about like custom loops. Custom loops are completely unnecessary, and there's a lot of points of potential failure in a custom loop. Yeah, they look nice. You know, you could really do some crazy stuff with them, but honestly, for me, it's not worth the risk. So this one, having this AIO, like yours, Kyle, will have an AIO. It's actually from Thermalright as well, but your pump head is really nice. But this, you know, there's only 4 points of failure, right? Where it could be potentially catastrophic. So if it leaks from these 4 places, it's bad. But these I've used so many times, even for my own build. I completely trust this brand. Like if it was a different brand, one that only costs, you know, well, less than this, I wouldn't go with it just because. But the lifespan on these is probably around 5 or so years. I've seen some last even longer than that, sometimes a lot longer. But it's, you know, after about 5 years, you're going to want to think about changing your cooler. AIO anyway. Tower coolers are fine. They'll go and go and go. The only thing you have to do is change the fan. Yes, yours, Kyle, is water cooled, so you do have an AIO. Yours kind of needs it. Your CPU, it being an Intel, they're notorious hot chips. So you really need the extra cooling. So that's why I went with an AIO for yours. This one kind of looks funky. See how I can route this. Maybe this one goes below. So if we had a SSD, SATA SSD, this is where it would go. These are the mounting points. But I'm going to use the mounting points as cable tie downs instead. So AIO is just all in one cooler. You're going to do a video about it when it shows up? Awesome. Yeah, you'll be able to watch me build the whole thing. So you'll know every detail about it. You can actually go back and reference it. But yes, Eric's is a water cooled as well. He's got a 360 millimeter AIO. His case is massive, so I could fit a massive water cooler in there. So he's got a full ATX build, where yours is a micro ATX, just like this one. So. Mind blown. Well, my mind's kind of blown right now because I don't do well in front of cameras. Never have. I never thought I'd be live streaming, to be honest with you. This is kind of a really nerve-wracking thing for me to do. So. I know Poison Potatoes. Poison Potato, she's got a custom PC because I built it for her. She's my daughter, so. All right, so clean this up a little. Here. Yes, Izzy. That was the first PC I built. Let's see here. This needs to look halfway decent. So one of the issues with this case here, I don't know if it'll show up on camera. Not that it's an issue, but You can see through the power supplied basement because there's so much mesh. This has so much airflow that it just, you could see through it. So Kyle had a channel. I don't mind you asking on my live stream. You're chatting. Go ahead, do your thing. I said I wasn't going to do all the cable management on stream, and here I am doing it on stream. Might as well. Let's see here. Always go easy with your snips because you never want to snip one of these cables. That'd be a costly mistake. All right, so these I want to try to keep in a nice, neat bundle. It's going to be tough. Uh, Actually, I've only nicked a wire, and it was for a fan. And but that one little snip, um, it made the fan short out. I had to replace the fan, but luckily that was only $8. But if I was to snip one of these, I would have to either order these cables or have to buy a whole new power supply. So don't want to do that. I go through thousands of these, by the way. It's crazy. I'm glad they're not expensive. How do you get a crown next to your name? I have no idea. Hopefully this is looking halfway neat. Just this one funky. Let's see. Maybe I can tie them all together here. Okay. Oh, Kyle, I couldn't figure out the recording aspect of this. Like, I don't know how to record it in OBS because I hit record or start recording and it wouldn't let me. So I must have something set wrong because it would have been awesome to be able to edit this um, into a build video or something, you know? Let's see here. Yeah, I must have did something wrong with OBS, but it didn't give me any errors or anything. And I thought I followed the tutorial pretty good, but you know, hey, there's a learning curve, so I'll get there. So let's see how that looks from the front. It's pretty, you can see the cables through here. I don't know how well it's coming across on camera, but yeah, right here, straight back, you could see the cables, but it's not bad. Let's see. This part here, if I could pull this, yeah. It's kind of a funky beat right here. So what does everybody think about the cable management? Let me move out of the light here. It's kind of a bunch right here, but you know, not too bad looking. Is my wife on the stream? She is. This is your dust filter. It is held on by magnets to the steel frame of the case. Here's the real test. Look at that, like a glove. So technically this PC is done. Let's see if it'll fire up for me. Oh, well, have to find a cable first. Power cable. Uno momento. Got it. See what she looks like. Power is on. What do we think, everybody? Oh, you could really see those cables now. See what I'm talking about? I'm glad you like it. This is a nice PC. I think it should sell pretty good. I think the lights are kind of blown out on camera. But yeah, here it is. This is the build complete. All that needs to be done now is, install Windows, do some stress tests and benchmarking, and so yes, Kyle, yours will look similar. So obviously yours is black. So and your GPU is going to take up a lot more of the case. So it'll go, to about right here, just in front of or just behind the fans. But yeah, I think the white kind of just, whenever you put the RGB in there, it really, really looks good because it just glows. It reflects off all the white paint. So yeah, this is another build down. So yeah, your obviously your fans are gonna have the infinity mirror on them here. So yours is gonna be lit up a little bit more than this one is, and your pump head has an LCD screen where you can put whatever you want on it. You can put little GIFs, a picture, whatever, your stats. No, I'm using the monitor right now to see the chat and everything. So I'm not at my desk. This is the workbench in the office. So yeah, I don't have extra monitors to hook up. I think if I record the stress tests and benchmarking, like actually sitting there playing games on the actual PC, that'd be pretty dope too, because I could record the frames per second, the real performance of the PC before people actually buy it. That way, they know exactly what they're getting. How do you safely turn it on and off when testing? When there's no operating system on it, you could just hit the power button and nothing happens. Uh, but obviously, if your operating system is installed, you don't want to just shut it off without actually doing it properly. But yeah, does anyone have any questions? Anything, what can I improve on? Because this being my first stream, um, you know, I was nothing but nerves coming into it, and I've relaxed a little bit now, but I feel like I didn't talk much during some parts. I try to be as informative as I can with this because I feel like this is teaching people. But at the same time, I don't want to just blab away. When will I do another stream? When Kyle's parts arrive, I will set up another stream because I'll do that entire build. Hopefully, I'll know how to record by then as well. That way, I can actually post the video on the channel. So, I did great, huh? Well, I appreciate it. The feedback is great. I obviously want to add another camera or two. That way, I don't have to lay the PC down on its back to show everybody. Keep the momentum. Yeah, pauses are normal. Especially with something like PC building, I think it's just natural. You're going to stop talking when you're actually doing something. I just explain what I'm about to do and what maybe a part is or whatnot. So, yeah, the more I do it, the more I'll get comfortable. Yeah. My feedback is making sure you can see the chat. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. All right. Well, that's it. I'm going to end the stream, and I appreciate everybody stopping by for my very first stream and watching me do what I nerd out about. So I really appreciate it. Sounded like a pro? Well, thank you. Appreciate that.